Radhe Radhe Govinda Govinda Radhe 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 Govinda Govinda Radhe.
Again, my obeisances and loving hugs to all of you by the sweet will of our Gurudev. We are going on to search for quotes from Caitanya Caritamrita in Sri Radha Rasa Sudhanidhi. And last time we came up to verse number 137. So I will just sum it again, just that we can dive in again. Last time we ended with Sri Radha, the great mysterious ocean. So Shripad sees Sri Radha as a great mysterious ocean. And there was a quote from Caitanya Caritamrita, Adilila chapter 16. Everyone knows that lotus flowers are born from the Ganga, but the Ganga is born from a lotus is highly contradictory. Now the Ganga is born from the lotus feet of Lord Vishnu. This is a highly astonishing ornament of contradiction. Everyone knows that jewels come from the ocean, but in this case, the great oceans of Radha's nectarian amorous love, her nectarian beauty, her great mercy, and her motherly love come from the great hidden jewel of Sri Radha's form. She is the great, indescribable and supreme jewel of love. So there we ended last time. Of course, there's always endless nectar here to dive further. But we have to go on. So the next quote I found is in verse number 104. Just a moment. No, it's not 40, it's 39. 139. Walking over the crown of the Vedas. And if you go down in the commentary, then there's a part which starts with, then Shripad prays, Radhaya Anurupam Eva Paramam Dharmam Rasenacharam. When will I perform Radha's highest duty with great relish? Srimad Bhagavat 1.2.6 defines the highest duty, Param Dharma, as follows. Savai pungshang paro dharmo yato bhaktiya adokshaje aitukya pritihata yayatma suprasidhati. The highest duty for mankind is devotion to the transcendental Lord. This devotion is causeless, knows no impediments, and gives full bliss to the self. Sri Jiva Goswami comments, Yato dharmat adokshache bhakti tat kata shravanadi shuruchi bhavati. The highest religion is that devotional practice which gives us taste for hearing and chanting. So that's an interesting point, I guess. Again, the highest religion is that devotional practice which gives us taste for hearing and chanting. So, Jiva Goswami is talking about devotional practice. He is not talking from Gyan. A practice is giving us the taste for hearing and chanting. And this is actually a very nice hint, because without Sambandha, you can never have a real taste, a deep taste for the person, isn't it? Just by hearing about a person's quality, you may be interested, you may be even greatly interested, but you cannot develop deep love, attachment to chant the name of this person. It's coming out of Sambandha. If I have real Sambandha, a deep relationship with a person, then of course this relationship, this sweet relationship, is causing my attachment to the name of the person. And then I want to hear about the person, and I want to relate with the person. I want to chant the person's name. I want to call the person by the name, so that the person comes more near. This is only possible by deep attachment. And this deep attachment is only possible in Sambandha. So Jiva Goswami is hinting for us so nicely. Of course, he has to give it neutral, but we can, for us, immediately understand what that means. Radharani's name, the taste of Radha's name, we can only develop if we serve her in devotion, if we do it practically, love in action. Like Gurudev always saying, love in action. Prabhupada pointed this so many times also out, in other words, of course, but he was pointing that again and again, that the seva, the practical service, is the main thing, and we can develop attachment to chant, to hear, if we are in this devotional practice. Because this means Sambandha. It's not like a duty, you go to work and you get some money. It's completely different. You are doing it out of love. You serve the person because you love the person. And then your attachment to hear, to chant the person's name will be highly developed. Sripad says, I will perform the highest duty by always hearing nectarian Radha Katha from the mouth of Rasika devotees. And I will chant her sweet glories and remember them. So, and in this way, this will actually relish and give a wonderful base to develop rati, even higher love, more attachment. So by serving and chanting, the chanting is actually giving more taste to the seva, and the seva is giving more taste to hearing and chanting. In this way, it's a circle of Brahma. Raganuga Bhakti is called Manodharma, the mental religion. Here comes the quote now. Monenicha sita deha koriya bhavana ratredina korevrache krishnera sevana Caitanya Charitamrita. Think of your own spiritual body, and in that Bhavadeya, in that spiritual body, serve Krishna in Braj day and night. Like Gurudev always say, 24/7. It's not that we chant some rounds, put the bead bag in a corner, and then do something else. The chanting is leading to seva, and the seva is leading to chanting and hearing. It's a circle 24/7, given each other more power, more prema, more rati. It's a circle, and it's like people outside in the material world, they're also running in this, what they call, it's the ladder of success. It looks like that, but if you are a mouse and you are in this wheel, then you know what it really is. It's just a circle of working and get money and spend it again. So this circle is something else. We should go in the circle of chanting, hearing, seva, practicing, and again chanting, hearing, doing seva, and so on. And we know the processes till the end, Atmanivedanam. We are giving ourself. But what means to give ourself? First, we have to come to ourself. And by chanting and by hearing and by seva, we will first of all come in our Bhavadeha or Siddha Deha, spiritual, eternal body. And then we know who we are, and then we can give ourselves, because then we know who we are. Before, how we can give ourselves? Yes, you can give the understanding what you are, that's also okay, but that's not the end of the process. Giving yourself means yourself. So, the process to come in this Bhavadeha, the Goswamis are actually giving us. Everything is there. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu brought this mercy, Unnat Ujjvala Rasa. It was never there before. It's the highest form of mercy, and we should take the advantage and change the wheel, come out from the one wheel and go in the other wheel. Think of your own spiritual body. This is, again, Caitanya Caritamrita. Mone Nicha Sita Deha Koriya Bhavana Ratri Dina Kore Vrache Krishna Sevana. Caitanya Caritamrita. Think of your own spiritual body, and in that spiritual body serve Krishna in Braj day and night. And we can do this so practically. When we hear and chant, we have some taste for seva. So we go in the kitchen, and because we hear and chant about our Radharani, we don't think that we cook. We know Radharani is cooking and we are just a little helper. And she is cooking for her beloved. So we can stay in that meditation and ask, "Oh my dear Swamini, what vegetables I can cut for you? What I can do next for you? Maybe I should steer something. Maybe I should do some other thing." And in this way, we can go in this meditation. And by performing this seva, we are always in the meditation. And even if we go to sleep, we may meditate, "Okay, Swamini, now I massaged your lotus feet. Now you're sleeping together with your beloved. So now I will also take a nap, that I will be fit when you awake, because then my seva will go on. Then I have to take my things and serve you again, wake you up, you and your beloved, and serve more." So there's never an end. And of course, I cannot say that I'm doing this, but I understood that Gurudev actually is telling us that we should try to come to this level and do that. And even then in dreams, we dream from seva. We dream from Radharani. We dream about to being her shadow. And then visions will come also during the day. So I can just pray that I come to that stage by the mercy. But at least theoretically, I understood that Gurudev wants us to do that. And this is exactly what is actually written here. Think of your own spiritual body, and in that spiritual body, serve Krishna in Braj, day and night. So how we serve Krishna? By serving Radharani. Because Radharani is the most developed Rasika Sevaka. Radharani is serving the highest platform in the most astonishing way. So by serving her, we can satisfy Krishna fully. Otherwise, by trying to serve him personally, we cannot serve fully to Krishna. He will not be satisfied. Because without Radharani's love, he's never satisfied. We know from Rasa dance. And he clearly states it. And we also know why. Because he sees it in that way, that Radharani is his spiritual master, the spiritual master of love. And he wants to serve her lotus feet. So if we take Krishna as an example, then we may serve Radharani's lotus feet. And by doing that, Krishna will be mostly, highly satisfied and astonished. Because Radharani is always astonishing him. So the neophyte should take care, though, that this smarana does not become a habitual track. That's another wonderful point, because we know there's a description what happens to every time of the day, what service is actually going on. And we try maybe to follow that exactly. But from my practice, the day here in this world is not the same like in the spiritual sky. So sometimes I have to do some seva which is actually not according to that time plan. So what to do then? I'm disturbed then? No, I'm not attached. What I have to do, I connect with Radharani. It's very practical, and it doesn't have to follow any principal line. Because we cannot say, when we go out, Swamini is going out on Abhisa, Gurudev is giving this wonderful example, and then she is going over a slippy path in the night. It's very dark. We try to follow. We slip out, fall, and now we are dirty. Now we will say, Swamini, oh, sorry, wait here. I will go and change my clothes. I will wash myself. Or in other words, yes, some seva had to be done, but I didn't finish my round. First of all, I have to, meditate, and I have to follow my plan. I have my bhajan. That's a mental concoction, bhajan. Because actually the bhajan is do what is necessary now. Very practical. So we don't have to bend ourselves in some form or something like this. It's a very natural process. Just connect what is now. And it's, in one way, we know this process actually. Because when a child is in the kindergarten or in the playing room and is meditating on mama by cooking, it's more or less the same process, isn't it? So when the child wants to meet the mama, what the child will do? Leave the game and go in the original kitchen. Take mama at the rock zipfel, I don't know, by the clothes, and say, Mama, can I cook with you? Like this. Because as long we are here in our sadhaka, we are more or less like children, trying to do seva. But in the eternal body, we can do the real thing, the real seva. So that's why in Srishivila Kusumanjali, Srila Raghunath Das is crying immediately. I mean, really, in that moment, he's coming back in his sadhaka consciousness. He starts to cry immediately. Because he doesn't want to be there anymore. I want the original. I want to serve you, Radharani, your lotus feet, directly. So this may be our meditation. By the mercy of Gurudev, it's given like that, very practical. So we don't have to bend our life into something. We have to just take the connection, the smarana, in our practical day-to-day life. So it's actually very easy in this way. And this is the mercy of the Parampara, that we have this very wonderful and very practical way to go. The pastimes should be remembered spontaneously as much as possible. The pastimes should be remembered spontaneously as much as possible. Here it's written, spontaneously. Srilananda Das Babaji is confirming spontaneously as much as possible. Then the perfection of love can swiftly be attained. Swiftly. So we want to go the fastest way, then we go the natural way. Otherwise, we go around. In Deutsch we say Umleitung. We are not going directly, we are going around. Like Gurudev is saying, you can touch the nose like this, or you can touch the nose like this. So we want to touch the nose like that, and not like that. I cannot even do it. I'm fortunate, I cannot do it like this, Gurudev. I have to do like this. So I'm lucky. Sripad then says, Radhayas charanambujam parichan nano pacharaya muda. I will blissfully perform Radha's formal worship with different paraphernalia, such as tulasi leaves, flowers, incense, and perfumes. Surely I will feel it when she is pleased with my service. If I serve her with attention and attachment, she will be pleased with my service if I serve her with attention and attachment. And that's another point why it should be very practical. Then it's easy to be attentive and it's easy to be attached. Because if we just cook without her, we cannot be attached to that service. If we are not focusing in attention that now we are going to cook with Radharani, then we cannot be attached. But if we get attached, attention will come more. And this is very practical when the other things are just going by naturally. Because then I can focus. I want to be attached. I want to do it with you, Swamini, for your beloved. You cook for him. I'm just helping. When I do bhajan, I can sing that Radharani is remembering more special leelas. I can meditate in so many different ways, whatever I do. So many examples. So if someone wants to share something on that or correct me or maybe has some question, some feelings, whatever, please do so. And of course, Gurudev, like I always ask you, please give us some deeper vision.
Mic open.
I like what you said about cooking for Radharani, helping Radha. I can't understand my accent. Helping Radharani in the kitchen.
It's not loud enough, sorry, but I cannot really hear.
I like
Keep it here.
the way you said
Keep it here.
helping
More close.
Radharani in the kitchen cooking. I like that. That's good. I will do that. That's nice.
Yeah.
Here,
You might not understand my accent.
maybe just keep this one and then she can talk.
No. I'm
No?
just that.
It might.
Did you hear?
So the speaker is there, and then the mic is here. Yeah.
I like. Can you hear me?
No, finish. Why close it?
Yes.
It's open. Both are open.
Can you hear?
Radhe, Radhe. Do you hear us?
Yes.
Okay, good, good. He's hearing us.
I'm too shy. I like what you said. Can you hear me?
Yes, now I can hear you very good.
I like what you said about helping Radharani in the kitchen when we're cooking. That's lovely. Oh, it's a really nice meditation. I will do that. It's nice.
Yeah.
Jai Ho.
This is actually Gurudev's mercy. He is giving us always very practical way to go in meditation and to stay 24/7 inside.
This was talking.
Go on.
Go on. Very nice sharing.
Oh, okay. So the next quote from Caitanya Caritamrita I found is in verse number 152. So to get the connection, we will read a part of the commentary. It's about the nectarian flavor of Sri Radha's beauty. Srimati goes on Abhisar, the love journey, and Shripad in his Kinkari form follows her like her shadow. Waves of constant passion gush from her every limb. Nobody but a Braj Brahmika, a lover of Braj, can understand this transcendental extramarital love. The Goswamis have done so much effort to conceal these secret pastimes from unqualified persons. For this reason, Srila Rupa Goswami wrote the play Lalita Madhava, in which he described how the gopis were married to Krishna in Dwarak. And Sri Jiva Goswami described the pastime of Radha and Madhava's marriage in his book Gopala Champu, so that unqualified persons would not commit offenses at Radha and Krishna's lotus feet. Not being able to understand the transcendental nature of their extramarital sports, Yara lagi kohite boy se yadi na jane, ta boy kipa sukha ache tribhuvane. Caitanya Charitamrita Adi Lila. What greater happiness can there be in all the three worlds than that those people before who I am afraid to speak will not know this? Actually, this is a statement of Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. He was so happy that people could not understand the deepness of his writings. Not because he didn't want to share it. Of course, he wanted to share it, but not with persons who could not understand it. Because if someone get it wrong, he will be dragged to hell. And we know that's why Prabhupada was also not sharing that knowledge from beginning on. With whom? The high Ashburies? Or somewhere in New York, in the Lower East Side? Where everyone was completely involved in other things? we don't want to even mention. They were on drugs. They would easily get it wrong, and they would easily think themselves as enjoyer. So, of course, it couldn't be immediately shared with them. So in the same way here, it's written that actually the Goswamis, they did their best to hide that, because it's not for everyone's ears. It's for a devotional heart. But now, it's so astonishing to me. Now the time has come that Radharani mercifully is opening herself to everyone. Amazing things are happening. I cannot describe it, how I can feel it, but if you have the biggest mercy already, and then you get something on the top, and then you think, okay, but now it's done. It cannot be more merciful. But then again, mercy is coming and you are astonished, and then again, more mercy is coming and even more. And then at one point you say, okay, I quit. I cannot not possibly understand anything what's going on here. Radharani is actually opening herself to everyone. On YouTube, for everyone available, there are sharings about the most confidential leelas nowadays, but fortunately explained by Rasika devotees like Gurudev. So how it came that Narayan Maharaj actually was talking all of a sudden such confidential topics, how it came that Anandadas Babaji was writing such wonderful books, opening everything, and his devotees are actually sharing it everywhere. You can even get Shri Shri Radha Rasa Sudhanidhi Vilap Kusumanjali for free as files. How amazing! We know usually there were two moods, Goshti Anandi, Bhajan Anandi. So Prabhupada went out to spread the holy name and the mercy of Lord Caitanya in the whole world. That's one mood, Goshti Anandi. The Bhajan Anandi has the mood to stay in the holy place in Vrindavan, go deep in the bhajan, and go in his citadel, and share maybe with some rare persons who also want to go very deep. But now, astonishingly, both of these moods are coming together, and in this way, the deepness of Bhajananandis is spread far wide everywhere in the world. Isn't that amazing? I'm highly astonished. Honestly, it's my good luck. I mean, not only but I'm so happy that we can share about these topics like now. I mean, we know this is recorded. This will spread far wide as people can take it. So actually, that's the same mood. People who can understand it and take it will understand it and take it. And people who cannot, there's no loss. They will anyway not understand. But this is really amazing. Gurudev was traveling around the world and sharing about Radharani openly. When I heard him the first time speaking, I was a little bit like, huh? Did he really say it? Yes, he said it. I heard. Amazing. All these things are distributed now openly wide over the whole globus. That's really amazing. So we can be in the same mood like Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. We can be very happy that we can talk about this. We can share our feelings together. We can grow in that way by sharing our feelings, because this raga path is about feelings and not about knowledge. And we can share it in this way, openly, and we don't have to fear any bad results. Because whoever hears Leelas, his heart will change. I have a little story, actually, even in my life. Few years ago, I was recording the readings of Shri Radha Rasa, Sudhanidhi and Vilap Kusumanjali in German, because there were no German books. Now Vilap Kusumanjali is in German also available, but at that time it wasn't. So I was speaking it in files, just reading it for other people that they may hear it during the day, because they have all these plugins today. So whenever they go to work and travel around and do what they do, they may hear it. So one person, I gave to him that files. I didn't knew him actually, really. He was from some other sampradaya. But he just came and said, I heard that you have. And I said, yes, I have. Would you share? Yes, I can give you. So after some time, he was actually calling me and said, I don't know if I can talk with you about this openly. I said, yes, you can talk with me, whatever. When I hear these stories, I think about some sexual things, Then I said, oh, that's not so good. But as far as I heard, you should go on. And by going on, this will actually be distracted out of your heart. Because when you have the higher taste, the lower taste will go. So after 2.5 or 3 years now, I spoke again with this person. It's not the same person. It's not the same person. He changed. Much deeper understanding. Completely. He always said, oh, I'm so thankful that I get this. I'm so thankful. I cannot say how thankful I am. So by hearing the Rasa Lila, and at least have some understanding, yes, it's holy. It's not material. It's holy. At least this understanding should be there. But by hearing this, the heart gets cleaned, actually. And this is the amazing gift which Caitanya Mahaprabhu actually gave to us. Only Caitanya Mahaprabhu could give. Because actually Caitanya Mahaprabhu is in the mood of Radha. She is Sevaras personified. If she is giving something, only Sevaras can be developed, isn't it? Because she doesn't know anything else. She is even forgetting herself, giving up her identity. She is Mahabhav Chintamani, Madanakya Mahabhav in person. So Caitanya Mahaprabhu, what he is giving is highly frequent. Frequency is changing something, isn't it? If you are always under some special frequency, the whole body will be in this frequency, because your body is mainly out of water, and water takes this frequency. It's physics, actually, not a belief. So by getting this frequency of Mahabhav constantly, you have to change. There's no other way. This is even proved by physical understanding. So we can understand what Caitanya Mahaprabhu was giving us is the topmost gift even God could give to us. Could not give to us, sorry. Krishna could not give this. He was there more than 5,000 years ago. He could not. But Radharani, in the form of Caitanya Mahaprabhu, she can do. So we are so lucky to get this Unat Ujjvala Ras in such a wonderful form, so easy, most natural, most easy, most astonishing, most fresh. It was never there before. It's like a ripe fruit directly from the tree. the most ripe, sweet fruit you can get. It's just dropping down in your hand. You just have to eat it. And your heart will be changed easy. And by hearing about these Leelas from such persons like Gurudev, like Anandadas Babaji, like Narayan Maharaj, like other Rasika Vaishnavas, hearing from the Goswamis, the heart will change and we will develop attachment to the names, to hear and chant about Radharani. This is the most natural process ever. And honestly, I couldn't have take something else because I have no qualification. I'm not a renounced person. I'm an attached person. So how could I take all these paths for the rest of my life, following 4 principles and all that, So I tried for some years. It went on. Okay. Then I failed. And then I thought, that's it, I'm lost. But then Gurudev brought a more easy process. And I had some hope again. And I said, okay, maybe that. And this is the Kripa path. We just have to open ourselves for the Kripa, back for the Kripa. Don't think we can do it ourselves. Don't think that our endeavor is our bhajan. No, our bhajan is to again and again receive the mercy. More and more, step by step. Very natural. It's changing the heart through the nectarian flavor of Sri Radha. So we just have to take ourselves, put us in this frequency, and by the time, everything will come naturally. And this is actually the real mystic of this time now we are living in. Radharani's mercy is open for everyone. Very easy to get. You just have to want it.
Gauravani Prabhu, thank you so much that you are putting us in this frequency of Caitanya Charitamrita. And what you just described, I feel so strongly, really, by the mercy of Gurudev. Somehow I can feel that this is the mood of Caitanya Charitamrita and the biggest book that ever exists. And I want to express what I also feel, what you said before, that this is very special moment in this age, that these 2 paths of Goshtianandi and Bhajananandi put them together. And this is actually natural. All other before it not was natural, because Prabhupada make one effort more bigger than which is not normal. He bring one plant, and it is necessary the time that this plant actually growing nicely. And now is obviously seems to be that now is everything's ready. And this, when these 2 paths are together, this is actually natural. And all companion of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they are natural. When we read about their feeling, we see that they are natural. And now we can finally put in the natural way. And this is really big blessings. And I feel very strongly what you said. And just that in the same time, we have enthusiasm to go deeply in our deha, spiritual body, and to serve them. And in the same time, to feel this enthusiasm to share to others immediately. The both paths immediately. That I can feel very strongly. And thank you so much that you bring this in front of us. Thank you so much. Thank you, Gurudev.
Thank you so much, Dayanidhi. You're such a wonderful thing you said. But first of all, I have to tell you, I'm like a loudspeaker, dead but vibrating because of the amplifier of Gurudev. So that's the real source.
You're a loud speaker of emotions. So this is what I want to say. Thank you so much.
These are not my emotions. I'm just vibrating in the vibration, actually, like some paper. Actually, that's true, because without Radharani's mercy, without our Audarya, we cannot do anything. It's just the flow coming to us. It's working through us. We are nothing, really. I mean, nothing in that sense that we do nothing. Of course, we are not nothing in that sense. We are the servants of Radharani, and Radharani loves us very much and needs us also. To expand her seva to Krishna, she needs always new sevikas. She needs us and she loves us, because we will help her to expand her loving seva to her beloved. So of course she loves us, but not only because of that, but it's one aspect. But what you said is so nice. Yes, it's very natural, because in the spiritual sky everything belongs together. There is no split. This is material. In the material world, everything has two sides. But in the spiritual sky, these two sides are actually coming together in Brahma. And it's one. So they belong to each other. And this is also with us. Now we may think that we are actually separated from Swamini, but actually we belong to her. And she belongs to us. This is also very natural. And as soon we come on the spiritual platform, this is the truth. But as long as we think material, we are split, because then we are in the world of duality. So it's absolutely natural that these things come together and that we come together with our Swamini. It's the most natural thing. Otherwise, how could be that mercy possible? One soul, two bodies. This is not only the case in Radha and Krishna. Of course, we are not one soul with Radharani, but we are Bhava Ulas. We are in Bhava Ulas Rati. That means like one. There was some cut in internet. So we are also one with Swamini in Bhav. One Bhav, two persons, we can say. Bhavulas Rati. This is our goal. We serve like one person to her beloved. And this is our goal when we go in the kitchen. We serve together with her. Otherwise it's not tasty for Krishna. So maybe he will spit out and say, "Uah." And then Swamini will take it and say, "Oh, it's not so bad. I tried." And then he will grab it. Yeah! Because then it's her maha. In this way, she will help us that he will accept our seva. That's her mercy. Thank you for that sharing of your feelings. And it's always nice when everyone is sharing his feelings, because it helps us to dive more into feelings. And this is all about. We need to share our bhavas. In this way, the bhavadeya is growing by nourishment. When we are in the association of Rasika, Vaishnavas, of the same mood. So the next quote I found of Caitanya Caritamrita, and there are actually more than one, two, is in verse number 153. And fortunately, we will also hear the verse, which will give even more taste. O Radhe, your body is swaying on the high waves of the boundless, swelling ocean of nectarian, amorous flavors in an indescribable way as you sit on the lap of your beloved with your blooming golden lotus face. When will you thus give pleasure to the eyes of us your girlfriends. Yes, Manjaris are also the girlfriends of Radharani, but in the same time completely into Sevaras. They don't want to be on the same level like other Sakis. O Radhe, your body is swaying on the high waves of the boundless swelling ocean of nectarian amorous flavors in an indescribable way as you sit on the lap of your beloved with your blooming golden lotus face. A golden lotus in a blue lake. Commentary. The aim of devotional service is not to enjoy the bliss that comes along with it, but the service itself. The Aishwarya devotee Daruka cursed his own ecstasy when it obstructed his devotional service of fanning Dwarakanath Sri Krishna. Nitya Premanande Krishna Sevananda Bhade Se Anandera Prati Bhaktera Hoy Mahakote. Caitanya Charitamrita. The devotee becomes very angry at his loving ecstasy when it obstructs his ecstatic devotional service. Of course, one cannot become angry at Ananda itself, for that Ananda is the natural goal of everyone's life. But if Ananda hampers the devotee's service, he becomes very angry at it. Shripad, in his Kinkari form, follows Srimati on her way to the trysting place, where the jewel of lovers anxiously waits for her. Although millions of gopis desire Krishna, Krishna is mad after Radharani, and her maidservants are very proud of that. How sweet is the Yugala meeting! The nectar ocean of their amorous eagerness swells up when they meet, and the maidservant leaves the arbor so that they can make love. Srimati gives her hero full bliss in Viparita Vilas, reverse pastimes, in which her golden, vine-like body sways in the strong current of Eros. Finally, she becomes tired and lies down on Shyam Sundara's chest. Shyam is out of his mind of ecstasy when he sees her beautiful form at that time, and he says, Lila ante suke iharaye anga madhuri, tahedeki suke ami apana pasari. When I see the sweetness of her form after our love pastimes, I forget myself of ecstasy. Srimati also floats on an ocean of bliss when she sees how happy she made Shyam. The maidservant thinks that Srimati looks just like a golden lotus flower resting in the bluish lake of Shyam's chest. Her slender vine-like body is like the stem of that lotus, and her face is the blooming flower from which the honey of sweet beauty trickles. While she performs her service, the maidservant is immersed in relishing the beauty of Srimati's lotus-like face. Suddenly, Sripad's spiritual vision disappears, and he humbly prays, "O Radhe, when will you give joy to my eyes? O golden lotus that blooms in a blue lake, bliss takes a form before my eyes when I see how sweet you are. We are your girlfriends. Surely your heart will be touched when you hear how much we suffer out of separation from you, and you will take us to the kingdom of bliss for the eyes." So what a wonderful scene. And I wondered why actually Srila Ananda Das Babaji is immediately giving this quote, "Nitya Premanande Krishna Sevananda Bhade Se Anandera Prati Bhaktera Hoy Mahakrote." The aim of devotional service is not to enjoy the bliss that comes along with it, but the service itself. So it would be easy for Sripad in his Kinkari form to just enjoy that situation and forget the seva, theoretically. But practically, a manjari will never, not even in the highest state of bliss, even when Shyam will faint, she will not even for a moment, forget her seva, because she is Sevaras personified, like Swamini. Whatever the Kinkaris are doing is out of this and nothing else. And this is the oneness with Swamini. She will never ever try to enjoy herself. I enjoy Krishna. No, never. I will give enjoyment to my lover. And because she doesn't even think about enjoyment, she will get the highest enjoyment. The same with the Kinkari. They are completely selfless in situations where normal persons would faint out of ecstasy, out of enjoyment inside. She is stable. She is doing her seva. And this is needed. Otherwise, how could Swamini let herself completely fall into her seva? The Kinkaris are giving her the base for her highest seva. Without the Kinkaris, Radharani could not forget herself completely in her seva. So we may imagine what kind of mercy this is for us. Swamini is trusting her Kinkaris fully, completely. They can read her heart to the fullest. Not necessary to say that they exactly always know what Krishna wants or does. Because Radharani can read Krishna's heart easily, the Kinkaris can also, of course, but they will never ever think about, not even in their dreams, to take that for her self-enjoyment. They are completely selfless in their seva. Sevaras personified, because they are the shadows of the feet of Radharani, like we heard. They are taking the feet of Radharani on their head. In this way, they are exactly, through the mercy of Radharani, like her. They are like her. So this is our goal. Vavulas Rati. This kind of Rati. That's why we want to be the shadow. Swamini doesn't have to step on the ground. We want to carry her lotus feet to her beloved, so that she will not hurt her lotus feet, so that she can let herself fall into her seva completely, so that her softness, her mercy, always be protected. Maybe someone wants to comment on this or maybe correct me.
Jai Shri Radhe, Gaurani, Dandavats to all Vaishnavas. Jai Gauri. So nice. What you were reading, very beautiful and so touching also what you are sharing. And the golden lotus in the blue lake, I think this is such a poetic and appropriate meditation because it's beyond any mental, tricky, Maya. Because yesterday we also read in our Zoom class that Rasa by Rupa Goswami's this prescription, or how do you say, definition, is beyond mental speculation. It's beyond the mental capacity. So actually, Rasa is a gift. It's a given. It's something that is not coming from my own human limited endeavor, but it comes from inside by meditating on these beautiful leelas. That is one point I want to share, that I always feel like this, that I am receiving. I am just the viewer. I am not the doer. That is all what Gurudev is helping us to understand again and again by repeating it and by making practical examples in our lives. And I like it because in this one sentence that Anantadas Babaji is making at the beginning, that is a level that is far beyond